Yo, what's up? Today I will talk about Porsche Taycan. Yes, I haven't tried one yet as of today, yeah. And I don't know when I will try it. I have no idea, but I will talk about it, and I will also comment a case now, an article on Broom about this TV2. But before I start, I should tell you that I had actually an idea for April Fools. We don't have April Fools this year because of Corona and stuff. Oh shit, my video just got demonetized now. But okay, I had an idea that I asked them for the longest time to, what the heck? Does this look like a penis? You see, if it's like this, kind of looks like a short penis. Okay, anyway, shit. I wanted to make a joke that I would receive an email from Porsche saying that I would tell you guys that, okay, finally, I've been asking them for the longest time if they can lend me a Taycan. And then Porsche sent me an email saying that, okay, we heard that you want to borrow a Taycan. It's all great. We know you have a nice channel on that. But we decided not to lend you one because you keep calling it Porsche. It's not Porsche, it's Porsche. Get it right. Yeah, something like that. But that would be a bad joke. Nobody would laugh. So, but anyway, so today I want to talk about this gentleman and his two buddies. His name is Erik Vindal Olsen. He drove his Porsche Taycan 4S, which is the most efficient one. Yes, from Oslo to Malaga, which is in Spain, yes, and also in Norway. And I used Google Translation to translate for you. Okay, I have to point out now. So this is Broom. You see, I can link this one if you want to read or translate it to your favorite language. But so Broom again, I think they kind of gave it a little bit wrong heading here, because it says that went on Europe tour by electric car, and then well, no one recommends it. That's a wrong translation. It's it means doesn't recommend anyone doing it. Yes, that's the correct translation. So I think already now it gives the haters the wrong impression, because it seems like, oh, you try to drive an EV a long trip throughout Europe. That's a bad idea. But we all know that Tesla can do this just fine, no problem at all. So yeah, already there, I'm not too happy about the case, about the article, but okay, just keep reading. So yes, he says that here that the charging network in Europe is completely useless. Well, I partly agree. I think the charging network in Europe is actually pretty good. Come to Asia, come to Thailand, and I will tell you what useless is. Yeah. But yeah, he's stuck in Malaga now, Corona fast. Yeah, so he went there about a month ago. In the beginning of March, he took that trip, and yeah, I also know more about the whole case here because he has a YouTube channel, and I watch all the videos there. So I will come back to that also, because not all the essential information is in this article. For example, he says that yes, he oh shit, I don't like the pop-up. Okay, but you see, it's a very exciting car and all that. He wants to know better. He wants to take a road trip through Europe in a non-Tesla. No places in this article it was mentioned that Erik, he used to own a Tesla Model S before, and then I think he sold it right before he took delivery of his Taycan. So he has experience with EV driving and with Tesla, and he knows the good and the bad shit about Tesla, at least. So he said that he already had charging trouble in the beginning of the trip almost. He said that, okay, see, it went very smoothly from Oslo through Denmark. Well, I can confirm, lots of Ionity chargers, but then already in northern Germany they had problems, and I wonder what happened. But when you read through this, you see that they used the Porsche charging planner. They wanted to see how good or bad it was, and that's it. The charging planner led them into some wrong places and stuff. We know more about that if you actually watch the videos. But he shouldn't have any problems already in the north of Germany, because, okay, for you guys who don't know, last summer I know what you did last summer. Last summer, I took a trip from Oslo to Frankfurt with a Mercedes EQC. That one has about 300, 400 kilometers of range, and it doesn't charge nearly as fast as a Taycan. Yeah, and is it as thirsty as Taycan? Oh, we'll come back to that. But I took the trip to Frankfurt without any problems at all. Yes, no problems. But okay, you can say that, well, Bjørn, but you have some experience with EV driving. Well, that's true, and also I didn't trust the route planner or whatever. But I think Erik, if he actually did some research beforehand, did a little bit of planning in the couch before he went driving, he would probably also not run into any problems until probably France and Spain. But again, this point, the fact that he had problems already in north of Germany highlights a weakness in the Porsche charging planner. That's my opinion after watching the video and all this. And another problem with the Porsche charging planner is that when you're driving, you see lots of nice info on the screen. You see, I saw this also in the video. There's some information about how many kilometers you have left until the charger, and also how long you have to charge there, and so on. Very useful, but that information is not updated when you have to go back and then click into that info again. That's a little bit bummer, but the biggest problem is that once he arrives at the Ionity charger, then the information disappears. So for example, it would say you have to charge it for 25 minutes. Once you arrive, it disappears. You don't remember, was it 20, 25 minutes? And not only that, but during the charging session, the car doesn't tell you how much you have to charge in order to reach the next destination. Unlike Tesla. Tesla will tell you exactly how many minutes you have left, and it will also tell you, it will also bug you on the app once the car is ready to go, maybe hitting 60, 70% or something. So that doesn't happen with Porsche. They can probably improve this with the over-the-air software update. Here we see perfect Porsche parking right between two parking spots. Yeah, I know. Tesla, I mean, my followers say, yeah, but Bjørn, you also don't park within the lines. Well, actually, I talked to the rock star, Jan Haugen Ihle, about this, and they say that it's not, no one's going to enforce you to park directly between the line, within the square. So it's whatever, it didn't bother anyone here, except for some keyboard warriors. And then, okay, but also he said that he ended up on the flatbed truck here. This happened in Spain, yeah, after some, he visited a charger that was broken, and then he was struggling around town with his two buddies trying to find a place to charge, and that's when he ended up on the flatbed eventually. So what he could do to avoid that was probably to use maybe plug surfing, because I believe that the car's planner, what the heck, why is this one highlighted? Okay, the car's planner might not tell you real-time information. I'm not sure about that, I haven't tried, but you know, if you use plug surfing, you will see that something is offline, and then you will of course avoid it. And another thing I would do is that if I know I have to drive outside of a Ionity network, I would take no chances. I would charge even after driving 100 kilometers. I would charge somewhere and then keep driving, and maybe even visit the second one, even if I don't need to charge, and I might charge up already when I have 60-70%. And why is that? Because in case one charge is broken, then I should have enough to crawl to the next Ionity or something. Yeah, I'm not sure what he did. Maybe he gambled a little bit, he just went for it. Yeah, and then he ended up at a broken charger, and then he was stuck there, something like that. But also another thing I want to highlight is that okay, he used the car's planner and all that, but I can also mention, by the way, that when he had problems, it was around Neumünster, right? Okay, I think I pronounced it correctly. It was around here that he was messing around at some non-Ionity charger, while the car should have directed it towards the Ionity chargers. But that's fine so far that he took that route. By the way, I should also mention which route he took. So he started from Oslo, he drove down here. You guys know this, Varberg, yeah, blah, blah. Malmö, and then over here. And by the way, the navigation wanted them to take the ferry, but he wanted to go via Malmö. And then also they went over here, they charged at Røde Kro, has Røde Kro. They went down here via Hamburg and to Frankfurt. they said that yeah, they had to charge in Frankfurt. It was the best option. I'm not sure. Maybe I should have gone via Würzburg, but and then they went via via France, and then ended up, yeah, no. So there's one. This is the last one in Barcelona. Well, actually, no. There's one more here. Yeah, I forgot about this one outside the Murcia, and then they ended up in Malaga. So they took the land route, no ferries involved, but they chose to drive via via France, which you guys see that it has less chargers, or I'm not sure. I would probably drive via Switzerland, parts of it, because it seems to have better coverage. Yeah, but this is the Ionity charger. They tried to use Ionity chargers, but also one thing I noticed was that when I watched the videos, that every time they arrive at the charger, Ionity or non-Ionity charger, they would fiddle with the phone every time. I wonder why they didn't use RFID, because it would be way faster. Beep. And also why they didn't have plug surfing. Again, this could be because as a former Tesla owner, you don't really need plug surfing to drive across Europe. So he probably didn't have the plug surfing RFID or even the app, because that would have solved lots of problems. When I look at this, and I also look at the videos, and I see that he was struggling at some place. I haven't gotten all detail, but he shouldn't really have any problems. Even he could charge on 50 kilowatt fast charger and still be okay. So yeah, okay, but let's go back to the case here. So so they took them 4 days to drive from Oslo to Malaga. That's kind of slow, but they were probably not rushing it too much. Well, actually, they did actually rush it, because when I watched the video, I saw that there was one time they through France, they actually drove through the night. One guy was driving and 2 other guys were sleeping, and they drove until 6 in the morning or something. So they did actually lots of driving and didn't really chill, and it still took them 4 days because of lots of problems, and they're just fooling around, trying to get to charge and waiting for support to pick up the phone and shit like that. But the trip shouldn't take more than 2 days if you hammer it with a Tesla, or I guess if they're more experienced, maybe 3 days with a Taycan then. But okay, and then yeah, I think this is video dump from yeah. So it's that one. Yeah, and they also ran out. There was one place they ran out. You guys can read about this. They had to go to dealership. Okay, also I saw on the video that they charge at 2 dealerships, Porsche dealerships. They were really nice. They offer them juice and all that, and coffee. And also there was a funny one. I don't remember. I think it was in France. They were almost out of juice. They went to a Porsche dealership. They only had 22 kilowatt AC, and but the Porsche dealership was so nice to call the competitor, which is Jaguar, and they had 50 kilowatt DC fast charger. So they went there with the Taycan. Props to Jaguar for supporting a guy, well, some guys not stranded, but kind of, yeah, you know, you have to wait. Let me see, how many hours would it take? Several hours if you would charge on AC. But the Porsche, the Jaguar dealership would obviously not want to have a Porsche just displayed there in the dealership, so they actually cover up the car while they were charging, and then they uncover the car when they left. So that's also in the video. It's a very good good entertainment, that video. But yes, so he says that, yeah, he says that it's an amazing car, you know, it's wonderful to drive, it's really stable on the road and all that. But you see here, he wished it had 50% longer, more range, yeah. I guess because the real range is not that great. Here's actually one of the charging, the charging sessions where they got some nice speed. I will also come back to the charging speed. Yeah, here he mentions that it's tedious to stop every, okay, it's a bad translation. It's every 200 to 250 kilometers they had to stop and charge. So yeah, I also saw that they didn't charge you 100% every time. They will usually charge you about 70-80%, which is where it goes the fastest. So even a Taycan doesn't, yeah. Actually, I wonder if it would be better to actually push it to 90% on hindsight. But I don't know yet. This is just based on what they did. So here to talk a little bit about the Taycan, the impression of it. There's one thing I want to point out, which is that, yeah, here they were passed by trucks. When they came to Spain, they had to take it really easy because the charging network in Spain looks like this. Yes, compared to the rest of Europe. Yeah. Well, except for if you go to yeah. I'm not gonna even. I could show you guys a Tesla supercharger network. Maybe I should do that. Supercharge info. Okay. Just to show you guys the comparison. But yeah, you guys can be like, you damn hater. Yeah. What? Why is it charging so? Internet is overloaded nowadays. Look. It takes forever just to load up something. Yeah. So in comparison, what the heck? Oh, okay, I'm in Thailand. Yeah, I forgot about that. So just to show you guys the struggle that other car owners they have compared to Tesla. So for Tesla, it's really no big deal. You have superchargers everywhere. Yeah. Okay. Let's just shut off that one before someone complains. But they had to take it really easy towards the end, and also most times, even in Germany, they were only cruising at 130 to 150 kilometers per hour. Yeah, I think, yeah, if they really wanna, I think if they go at, you guys know the world record when the Porsche Taycan drove, how much was it again? I don't remember. During 24 hours, that was on a closed track. And they were cruising at around 200 kilometers per hour. So if they really want to go that fast, I guess they could arrive faster. But you see, real world case, they cruise at 130 to 150 only. That could also be because of Baustelle and Stau in Deutschland. Yeah. But you see that most charging stops were 15 minutes or something. We can confirm that. They also did some, I will come back to that also with the spreadsheet. But here it says that even with 50 kilowatt fast charger, it takes several hours to charge a car. I wonder why, because according to the spec sheet, it's supposed to take 90 minutes. To charge to 80%, they went to 100%. So the problem with Taycan is that it's an 800 volt system. Okay, and every 50 kilowatt fast charger is based on 400 volts. So you have too low voltage. You can't simply charge 800 volt system with a 400 volt charger. So how did they do it? And the first thought that I had and many other people had was you could just split the battery pack in half and then you charge both of them simultaneously. Well, Porsche didn't do that. So instead what they did was that they fitted Taycan with a 50 kilowatt DC fast charger. So basically what it does is that, sorry, not fast charger, 50 kilowatt DC converter. So it will transform 400 volt DC to 800 volt on board in the car. No other EV does that except for Taycan. It's crazy, but that process generates some heat. There is some heat loss in it. So when you look at the spec sheet, from 50 kilowatt fast charger, they only get about 40 kilowatt average. The rest, I guess, is lost in heat. And I'll also come back to that, the 50 kilowatt charging speed here. But yeah, here so it mentioned that on the spec sheet again, it should be 211 watt-hour per kilometer, but they were hovering around 300, 370 watt-hour per kilometer. I was like, holy shit balls, you guys been hammering or something? Apparently they didn't. They just cruised like you guys. I mean, like we mentioned, 130 to 150 kilometers per hour. And the Taycan is so thirsty. Holy shit balls! Maybe this is why Porsche doesn't want me to borrow the car, because I'm going to reveal all the dirty little secrets. Okay, I just burn all the bridges now between me and Porsche. But okay. So you see, the absolute lowest consumption was in range mode. And that was 238 watt-hour per kilometer, and they were taking it easy. So holy, wow, how thirsty is this car really? And okay, one explanation why it's so thirsty through Sweden and Norway and Denmark, I guess, is because it's kind of winter-ish over there. You see he's having his jacket on, could be wet road and all that, so that brings up the consumption. But yes, he's been driving very slow towards Barcelona, I mean between Barcelona and Valencia, okay. Yeah, okay, now he's just talking about the whole Corona thing, and that he needs to go back and eventually he needs to go back, and he's not looking forward to the trip back. unlike me, I would see it as a nice challenge. Yeah. So I think that's it. Yeah, he also used to own other Porsche. So yeah, he's one of those types. You know, he has some Porsches. Also has a Tesla. Well, he used to have a Tesla. I think that was the end of that one. Yes, and there's some videos here that I recommend that you guys watch, but I don't recommend that you watch it on TV2. Well, you can just do it, I guess, to support TV2. But there's some ads over here on each video. But what I recommend you guys is to go to. I had to dig this myself. There was no link on TV2 on it, so I found his channel. 180 subscribers only. I even subscribed to his channel, and I watched all these videos. This is great, great entertainment. So, for example, I'm just going to show you guys a little sneak peek. He has in general good editing skills and good. He's good at telling the story. I like it. I think you guys will also enjoy watching his videos. See, this is just the intro. I also asked permission from him to do a full, how do you put this? A reaction video where I can, a full commentary, something like that, where I can watch, I can screen record this, and then I comment the mistakes he did, and also all that stuff, the goods and the bads. So yeah, you guys should really watch this. This is good shit, man. Good entertainment in these Corona times. So you see, he traveled with his buddies. Two buddies, and they also alternate between who wants to drive, and they comment a little bit, and they include some food, some troublesome chargers and all that. So yeah, good shit. Just please go watch it. But also I wanted to show you guys something. Well, are we done here? Yes, we're done here. Are we done here? Yeah, I think we're done here. So I should summarize that. By the way, also what they did was that in the beginning they used the Porsche system to kind of just tell them what to do. But about halfway or somewhere, they decided to switch to a better route planner app on the phone instead. Yeah, they had enough of a Porsche system. I don't remember where it was that they switched to, and I think it was going slightly better. But again, I would plan everything ahead in my sofa at home before, and then maybe just make a quick easy spreadsheet. It doesn't have to be too complicated, but just to remember where I should charge and how many kilometers I have between each charge and so on. Just simply because it's a Taycan, not a Tesla. Yeah. And also, like I mentioned, a summary, if you have the plug surfing RFID and the app and all that, it should be way easier. And also if you use the RFID. But I want to point out something. Okay, this one, the spreadsheet. So in one of the videos, I can show you guys which one it was. Don't remember. It was, I don't know if it was episode 2 or 3. They mentioned that they recorded all the stats. Yes, I was like, oh, thank you very much. So sorry if I had to. Yeah, I just blindly took this one and I changed it a little bit. It's open now. Anyway, you guys can download the spreadsheet and take a look. So I try to make it a little bit easier for you guys to read. But you see here that they show all the info. One thing I wonder why it is like that is that Oslo to Strømstad and from Oslo to Spekkerød, they claim it's 290 kilometers, and it's not 290 kilometers. According to Google, it's okay. I don't have to show you that, but it's about 250 kilometers. So I wonder if they take some detour or something. But also these state of charge numbers are also kind of weird, because this one makes sense. From Oslo to Strømstad, okay, they went from 98 to 42%, but then what happened to the charging station? So the charging station should be in another line or something. Yeah, so this one is weird. You drive from Strømstad to Spekkerød and you gain state of charge. Okay, whatever. But look at these numbers, man. I think they're not lying when they say that they actually had 300 to 300. What the heck happened here? 380 watt-hour. This is still Varberg to Helsingborg. That's in Sweden. Varberg, Helsingborg, that's the 120 zone, yes. Actually, yeah, it's a 120 zone, pretty much the whole stretch. And I guess they were probably cruising at 130, 140 kilometers per hour. And that's when you get 38 watt hour per 380 watt hour per kilometer. It could be wet. They don't say anything about that one. They could have headwind. Let me see. Well, usually I don't remember how it's usually around there. It's not usually side wind when you go that stretch. So fortunately for me, I know this stretch. I've been driving so many times around here. So I think most of these numbers are correct though, but you also see that they usually drive only about 120, no, about 100 to 150 kilometers between each charging stop. So again, this is a real world case, and this is what the Tesla, what the Porsche navigation told them to do. So yeah, well, what happened with that 400 kilometers range or whatever, you know? I don't know. And I think if we can assume maybe these numbers are the charging sessions, I'm not sure. But there's one other thing I want to point out, that you see the charger at Ionity, here are the charging times, really impressive, right? Wow, 15 minutes to 23. That's so damn fast that they barely have time to eat anything at all. But here they also recorded the added kilowatt hours. Why is this one so weird? Really? You added 61 kilowatt hour, but it took 23. Okay, I'm not sure what the heck happened here, why these numbers are so weird. But anyway, so I did just some simple math, and I worked out the average charging speed. And it turns out that the average charging speed is actually only 120-ish. Except for this one, which is weird. You know what? I wonder if there's a mistake here. Did they? Or something? I'm not sure. Or yeah, I don't know really. I haven't overanalyzed it too much, but I'm also surprised why the average speed is not 200 kilowatt, why it's only 120. This is more or less the same as Tesla. Well, okay, cold gate, that could be it. If it was cold outside, then the car was cold gating, so they didn't receive 250 kilowatt or 270 kilowatt at each charging stop. So okay, and also we see down here, okay, I haven't analyzed too much around here, but you see also at Ionity, they're usually getting around 100. Yeah, this one is very impressive. Yeah, in Germany, they were getting good shit over there, yes. And also here, yes, what about consumption? 370, oh shit, yeah. Okay, but here, you see, okay, I should have locked the top page. Okay, let me just do that. Okay, now yes, this is better. So you see that actually for most of the trip they were averaging 300 to 370 watt hour per kilometer, and the average speed wasn't that high, except for this one. I think they were going fast. If they can average 140 kilometers per hour, almost 140 kilometers per hour in one stretch, it means they were cruising at 150 to 170 kilometers per hour most of the stretch. And as for these other stretches, I don't know. But look here, over here they had to crawl. This is Spain. They drove slow, and then they finally got some nice low-ish numbers. But I'm quite surprised, because when other people tested the Taycan, they tried to make it like, the Taycan is not that thirsty. But this kind of confirms my suspicions that Taycan is indeed really thirsty, and I don't know why. But another thing I want to point out is that over here, oh, that's also nice speed, yeah. There was Porsche Center, Valencia, yeah. The dealership, Porsche dealership, I think this is the charging time. I mean the charging, yeah, they arrived with 2% and they charged to 100%. And it took 2 hours and 15 minutes. And I worked out that there was an average of 36 kilowatt. Now the last, I guess the last bit from 95 to 99%, 100% probably takes an awful long time. But they probably average about 40 kilowatt on 50 kilowatt fast charger. And if you divide it by even this one, even the 200, if you drive slow, you know, that will translate to less than 200 kilometers per hour. Is about 170 kilometers per hour charging speed only. And if you count in the 300 watt hour per kilometer, then that's quick math, only 130 kilometers per hour. It's ridiculously low. So basically a takeaway from this is that as long as you have Ionity charging network, then the Taycan kicks ass for the Lord. But as soon as you have to move outside of it and charge on 50 kilowatt fast charger because of the losses in the converter, then it's just ridiculously slow. it's, yeah, I don't know how to put this. It's just ridiculously slow. So one thing I would point out though is that in the article, he kind of, well, and also the whole article and also the owner, I guess, gives the impression that as long as you're driving an electric car, as long as you're driving a Tesla, then you can drive on long trips throughout Europe. But I disagree, because I guess other people can confirm that if you have a Kona or e-Niro, I've seen Dutch people with e-Niro in Sweden. They drove all the way there. Well, okay, basically what I'm saying is that as long as you have an EV with decent range and decent charging speed, like the Koreans, they have 400, 500 kilometer range, and they can charge at least at 75 kilowatt. And even at the 50 kilowatt fast charger, they can hit 47 kilowatt. Those cars are so efficient, so they can still make a long road trip. They can drive from Oslo to Malaga just fine. Yeah. So I have to disagree with the claim that you only need a Tesla in able to drive long trips through Europe. You can also do that with other EVs, but of course it depends which one. But Tesla is not the only one, and other EVs are coming out in the following years, I guess. All the Tesla killers. Well, okay, this is a very long video. I just want to point out all this stuff, and again, please subscribe to Erik and also watch his video. It's great entertainment, and hopefully I get his permission to comment the videos, and I will make some follow-up videos, and that could also be great entertainment for you guys to hear what I have to say during that trip. Yeah. So I think that's gonna be it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching, and talk to you later.